I'm Denise.
She's a non-fiction editor. And I'm Louise.
She's a fiction editor. And together,
we're the Editing Podcast.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Editing Podcast. This week, we're going to help those of you who specialise in academic editing to make your business visible.
Oh, now that sounds a bit like marketing to me.
Well, maybe it is, but go on, say it.
There's the work we do and the work we do to get the work we do.
Absolutely, and that means being visible.
It does. So even if you hate the idea of content marketing, please consider creating just 10 articles that will help solve the problems that academic writers deal with. Or even 15 if you're one of our Patreon supporters, because we're going to give you exclusive access to an extra 5.
Yes, we are. So keep an eye out in your inbox for information about how to access that bonus episode. So why content? Well, because people who solve problems, even if it's only 10 problems, are more likely to be trusted. Those academics you're helping will have more confidence in your skills.
Yeah, they will, because you're showing rather than telling that you get them, that you understand their challenges and that you have the skills to solve their problems.
And the fact is that most editors still aren't keen on this type of marketing, even though practically every editor on the planet has a website.
Yeah, and that means you have the opportunity to stand out. You have the opportunity to turn a little part of your website into a resource hub, a help centre.
And who doesn't love to feel like they're being helped?
Yeah, I love it.
We all do.
Yeah.
So the content ideas that we're going to give you can be adapted for most academic subjects. And we're going to use various subjects to illustrate some of our content ideas. But of course, you can focus on just one area and adapt our ideas for a single specialism.
Yeah, and having specialist subjects in the title of the content means you're using keywords that the search engines will pick up, and that makes your content more findable. It's also a great signal to the academic that you're as passionate about their subject as they are.
Yeah, we all like a bit of passion, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go there.
I won't. So, content idea number 1. How about this? Common grammar mistakes in linguistics writing and how to fix them.
So this is an especially good option to help you target any academic who's writing in a language that's not their primary one. And you'd identify perhaps common grammar problems, explain it in plain English, where the problem is according to convention, and then show them how to make the fix.
And those solutions that you're offering will help them demonstrate their professionalism, it will improve the readability of their academic writing, enhance the paper's overall impact. And you can use your editorial linguistics experience to focus on the things that you see cropping up frequently.
Exactly. So number 2 might be particularly useful for targeting students at the beginning of their academic career, and it's how to avoid plagiarism when writing science papers.
And again, you could introduce a particular subject here if you wanted to make sure that you're using the specific keywords to attract traffic to your website.
Yeah, and those solutions you might look at could include information about citation, paraphrasing, and originality in writing. And you could also talk about academic misconduct and what constitutes it, and how students should go about ensuring compliance with ethical research standards.
Yeah, that's such an important area to address, isn't it?
And it's something that students can so easily and inadvertently fall foul of, regardless of which language, whether they're working in their first language or not.
Yeah, it's so important, yeah. So here's a third idea. Academic style guides, understanding APA, MLA and Chicago formatting. And with this, you could explain how adhering to citation styles enhances credibility, consistency and adherence to academic publishing standards.
And the thing about this is that at the same time as solving a problem, you're also indicating that you're a good fit for any academic who wants a second eye on their referencing, because lots of people do. And I know you, Denise, you really enjoy this kind of work, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I really love rolling up my sleeves and digging into a reference list and getting it all sorted out. Yeah. And when we had academic editor Hester Higton on previous episodes, she says she loves it too.
Yeah. And back in the day when I worked on non-fiction or social sciences, proofreading, I liked it too. I used to get into a zone.
Yeah, it must be the type of editors we are.
I know, no. So here's a fourth suggestion. And the content idea is how to structure the arguments in your philosophy thesis effectively.
And the solutions here that you might offer would explain concepts such as coherence, logical progression, and smooth transitions. That was not a smooth transition there, was it?
Sometimes it's easier to say things than actually do them.
Yes.
Or sometimes it's, no.
The other way around.
Didn't I? Yeah, sometimes it's probably easier to create a piece of content about solutions about those things than actually just saying them on a podcast.
Exactly.
And then you could also look at how those strengthen academic arguments and enhance reader comprehension.
Yeah, I think we could all do with improving comprehension here.
You and I could certainly
Definitely,
this evening.
yeah. Sorry about that. Okay, let's have a think about content idea number 5. How about something like, what is peer review and why is it important in sociology texts?
And here again, you can explain what peer review is, how it involves identifying weaknesses, how it aims to improve quality of research and ensures that there's been some degree of objective oversight before publication.
So you're focusing on its role in upholding rigorous academic standards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, motoring on, content idea number 6. Another topic you could write about might be something like how to write a strong particle physics thesis statement.
I love particle physics.
Well, do you understand it though?
Well, I was going to say, I love it when Jim Al-Khalili or Brian Cox explain it.
Yeah, because I feel like while I'm listening to them, they make me feel quite intelligent.
Yeah.
Like I follow their reasoning.
Yeah.
I struggle to express it afterwards, yeah. But maybe a more accessible version is when we read about particle physics in something like Blake Crouch's thrillers.
Yeah.
Love them.
That's about as far as we go, isn't it? But yeah, we're both huge fans.
Yeah.
But if you're not like us, if you're a specialist physics editor, you might be able to offer advice on how to write a clear, concise and well-supported thesis statement that anchors academic writing and outlines the arguments robustly.
Yeah, shall we move on quickly, given that neither of us are physics editors?
I really think we should. Yeah. So I'm a little bit more back in my comfort zone now, sort of anyway. This is number 7. So how about creating a resource titled How to Improve Readability in Criminology Writing? Tips from a professional editor.
Stretching your crime fiction specialism just a little, Harnby.
I did say sort of. But a podcaster's got to do what a podcaster's got to do.
Indeed. And any of our listeners who edit criminology could probably have a good crack at explaining how to avoid jargon, how to consider sentence length, and to use plain language.
Yeah, which improves accessibility and reader engagement in academic work.
Okay, now for idea number 8. How to use editing software to polish your economics article.
Nice. So you could explain how tools like Perfectit, EndNote, or some macros can help with things like consistency, citation, and efficiency, and how they complement the human editing experience.
Exactly, and that's very important these days for us editors, isn't it? Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. So here's another idea. Where are we up to?
Number 9.
Number 9, right, okay. So number 9 could be something like how to prepare a queer theory research paper for journal submission.
And here you could talk about the main journals to aim for, meeting their guidelines, how to refine arguments and check citations, or how getting support from a professional editor might help the academic increase their chances of being published in a peer-reviewed journal.
That's a nice one, yeah.
Yeah.
So, number 10. What is academic voice in science writing?
So this is something we chatted about with Hester, isn't it? So you might consider what kind of voice is conventionally considered appropriate in a particular subject area. Is it objective, formal and precise language, or something else that's going to hit the mark with a particular audience?
Yeah, because some types of voice enhance credibility, professionalism and scholarly authority in academic papers, but depending on the subject, formal language might be considered a bit pompous.
Yeah. So if you're going to go down this route and choose this particular content idea, but you're not looking at science writing, you might come to very different decisions about what kind of things you talk about in relation to voice. That might be different to the science editor.
Absolutely, yeah.
So So that's it from us. 10 content ideas to get your academic editing business noticed by potential clients. Thank you once again for listening as always. We really hope you enjoyed this episode.
We do, and don't forget that we're giving our Patreon supporters exclusive access to an extra 5 ideas. If you'd like to join our Patreon community, you'll also get access to a huge batch of transcripts on top of any bonus content for selected episodes.
Yep, or you can also support us with a one-off donation of your choosing.
Both the links are in the show notes. In the meantime, she's been Louise.
And she's been Denise. Join us again soon.
Bye.